It's a little bit too much headroom. Let me lower this a little bit and eat. Nope. One more. Oh, oh, there. There we go. How's that? All right. Another video. This is on for beginning photographers. It's just 10 tips. I know some of the other people that subscribe to me might have some tips too. If you have some tips you want to leave in the comments below, that is perfectly fine. But this is just like 10, maybe more tips for beginning photographers if you're getting out there and just starting. I've been shooting for over 10 years digitally, so these are some things that I kind of learned along the way that I thought would be good for beginning photographers. Alright, first thing is, if you buy a camera, I'm not going to number these or anything. If you buy a camera, buy one. If you haven't bought one yet, buy a used one. That way, if you decide you're not into photography, you're not spending $1,000+ on a new camera. So you could just buy something used, like a 6 megapixel camera like this Pentax here, will be $100 or less with the lens. Nikon has some stuff, Canon has some stuff, so buy something like that, just in case you decide you don't really enjoy it. So that's one tip if you haven't bought a camera already. If you've already bought a camera, make sure to read the manual. Where you're saying, well, I bought a used camera, I don't have the manual with it. You go to any site, whatever the manufacturer is, Canon, Nikon, Pentax, Sony, whatever it is, go to their site, you could download the manual. Yeah, reading the manuals doesn't sound that cool, but actually there's a lot of information in there, and it lets you know everything that's in the camera, so I recommend doing that. I do that with every camera I buy. I'll glance through the manual, and then what I'll actually do is about 6 months later I'll go through it again and just kind of glance through it again. There might be a feature in there that I missed that I actually might enjoy 6 months later that I wasn't using previously, so that's a good thing to do. Also, don't get buy happy. So you're getting out there and you're getting really enthusiastic. You've had this camera for a couple of months and you're out there shooting, you're like, oh, this is great. You automatically get on there and try to buy more lenses or something like that. Don't do that. I know I say that, but I did that. I bet everybody's done that. So first you need to learn your settings first before you go out there and buy other lenses, because if you're shooting in like automatic mode, you don't need to buy another lens. The kit lens is fine. You need to learn all the settings and learn your photography better before you start to buy more gear, because you'll buy gear that you may not need, or you'll buy something later that you're like, why did I buy this? This isn't what I should have bought. So just hold off on buying anything for a while. Get to know all your settings, your camera, and actually what you want to shoot. I would suggest, even if you've got an idea of what type of photography you want to do, I would suggest trying other different styles. Maybe you want to do some street photography or wedding photography, portrait photography. Whatever you're doing, try something else. Say, oh, I want to try some landscapes. I don't think I'd like those, but that might become your new favorite type of photography. So I suggest doing that. Let's see, practice. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Just you need to be shooting all the time. So the great thing to do is have your camera with you at all times. That way you will be practicing all the time. I try to keep my camera in my car all the time, unless it's like 4,000 degrees outside. But I'll just keep it concealed with a sweatshirt over the top of it or something in the front seat of my car. You don't know how many great pictures I've gotten just from of wildlife, just driving down the road and, oh, there's a deer, and stop and even roll down the window and shoot out the window, and you get some really great shots if you've got your camera with you. So it's that's something you need to do. The more you practice, the more you will learn. You don't know how much things I actually learned the first couple of years shooting photography. Every day I would learn something new because I was shooting every day. It's a fantastic. So how else can you learn stuff? Not only by practicing, is by watching YouTube videos like you're doing now. That's a great way to do it. There's several videos on depth of field, stopping motion and stuff like that. So I suggest going through there and watching those. And also, when I said learn your settings, move out of that automatic mode. Try AV, TV program, and then manual, and try to learn all those. And I've got a video that I'll link in the description below. After you've learned all that and you've been shooting manual, you might want to move back to AV. The video is getting the correct exposure every time. I'll leave it in the comments below so you can check that out. I think that will help you out quite a bit. Projects. So if you've been shooting for 9 months or whatever, and you're trying to figure out some other things to do some different projects. And you can find a lot of projects on YouTube as well, different photography projects, and they're a lot of fun. You're like, oh, I didn't think of doing that or whatnot. So check out the photography projects. That sun got pretty bright real quick. Okay, another thing. Okay, so you're taking all these pictures, and all your family members and people on Facebook are saying, oh, these are great, your friends on Facebook and stuff. I would suggest joining a critique group. There's some on Flickr, or you might have a camera club in your town or whatever. I would suggest join those groups, and the people will actually critique you and give you actually honest feedback instead of family members and friends. So that will help you open your eyes and see maybe something that you didn't see before. Okay, that was just a couple of things to mention there. I hope that helps you out. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Or if you're watching this and you're not a beginning photographer, you've been shooting for a while, maybe you've got another tip that you could leave for beginning photographers below. Just going to say photography is a great thing. Once you start learning it, it just opens your eyes. You see the light a lot better. Just walking on the streets, you're like, oh man, that would make for a great shot. But you should have your camera with you so you can take a great shot. So but yeah, you see how shadows are and light, and it's just it opens your eyes. It's a great hobby. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, subscribe, and watch that video below. Correct exposure every time. I think it will be a good method for you, and you'll enjoy it. Thanks for watching.